All right. Greetings again, shiny internet strangers. I've returned. We're logging in. Stream's getting set up. You know, doing that typical first 5 to 20 seconds while OBS and YouTube and everything goes, we're working. Let's get, I don't like seeing that on the hotbar. I'm going to shoot him, the rebel, to move the horse closer. So what I like to do, there's a couple ways to do it. Move the horse in, get the rebel behind it, shoot over the backside. But I like to come up here, jump off this rock, and then shoot down from here. That's my preferred. Now, they shoot back, of course, so, be prepared to take some hits. The AI is not truly brain dead. Oh, come on. And he's hitting me for more than I'm hitting him for. But, need to level that bow skill. Whoops. Okay, definitely switch out. Come on, pull out the sword. Oh, Jesus. And I didn't equip that. I need to turn that on. Now we're running. Now we're going to try and get him on the back of that there and see if this works. Okay. So now, he appears to be close enough that he wants to melee us. And he's not throwing his things. So now we're going to shoot him. So this one appears to be working. You want to get the full draw, because it does do more damage. Because, yeah, we almost died there. That was stupid of us. See, I told you it was possible. This is why I like that I record. You get to see the mistakes. You see that, I'm flawed and my theories of things, they don't always work. Like even if I know how to do a thing, that doesn't mean it's going to work every time. It's just, well, I'm pretty sure this is how this goes. It's not a guarantee. It's, I think this will be alright. Oh, sweet. Looted Wotu. That's nice. So now, I am going to bring the horse in, park him nice and close, and we are going to mine the heck out of some iron. And fill our cart. I'm very excited for that, I'll tell you folks. I don't want to be prepped and ready to go. Mine all the iron we can. All right. I had some lunch. Had enchiladas that the wife made. So that was pretty darn good. I'm ready to do the mining. It's been a kind of a quiet, peaceful day. I took a bunch of arrows. I wish I hadn't taken so many. But we got our new Shiny new bow. I'm still very happy that things don't take durability loss. As you can see, even with the bronze hammer, copper hammer, whatever it is, these take a lot more hits, the iron nodes. So I'm very glad that we're not stuck using a stone hammer to do it. We'd be here all damn day. But as you see, we don't have the XP buff anymore, or any of that. And we still get a lot of XP. So just 2 pieces of iron ore, 11.8. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Also, iron weighs twice what copper does. So that's why I'm very glad we took the time. Yeah, it was a long trip, but we need the cart. Like, if we had just ridden up here with just the horse, man, we would not have got enough to make it worthwhile. I mean, if that's all you got, that's all you got, and you gotta do that. But good God, if you can wait till you get a cart, I very much suggest that, because that'll make the trip worth it. And yeah, there's a closer mine, but this one, like I said, look at all these nodes. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of nodes. And we had to kill a single guy to get it. Now, I have seen that guy spawn as a yellow border. That would have been much, much harder to kill. We could have brought our minions and pulled it off. Getting through those wolves with all our minions, that would have been a little rougher, obviously. There will come a time when we'll have yellow borders. There will come a time when we'll have dragon borders. So at some point, we will be better able to deal with folks, with threats, right? Our minions will be like, hey, we can do stuff. They're more powerful. And fingers crossed, after this trip, we'll have sufficient materials that we can knock out iron armor and iron weapons for our guys. I really hope. I don't know if I can, but oh, I'm going to try. That'll make our folks a lot tougher, I think. So we'll see. See if we can do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to be equipping them with different things besides the sword. Like, I typically don't use the sword. It can do the bleed, which is nice. But I usually go for, the blunt one, because it does better against armor. It ignores a percentage, and I'm getting to the point where guys have armor. So, although the bleed technically ignores armor, it's not affected by armor. It doesn't have a damage reduction. It does just a flat rate. But it's not a guarantee to apply with every swing. It's a percentage of chance to apply on a swing. So I don't know. It's up to you to test, see what you prefer. And then there's benefit for polearm. There's benefit. Each weapon has a different benefit, so it's up to you to feel them out and decide which one you want to go with. And for my minions, I don't know. Like, they can use a spear and a shield. Can walk around with a bunch of like Roman hoplites if that's what you're feeling. Could use two-handed. I could give everybody a different thing, right? And look like I'm walking with just a hodgepodge of all the different styles. Then I would never know who was more effective, though. That's a thing I would like. I'd like to be able to inspect each person and see what their kills were, their effectiveness, their percentage of hits, that kind of thing. Percentage of blocks. I'm like, okay, so I think such and such is more effective. This is what I should use, yada yada. I'd very much like if that was an option. If it is, I don't know where to find it. But I don't think it's an option. Oh, 360. 375 is potentially a thing. So getting there, getting there. And then I think mining will be ahead of lumbering, which is cool because for me, typically it's the other way, right? I mean, lumbering is what you start with. Start off getting that fiber, and for some reason that counts as lumbering. And I follow the recommended blinking thing, if nothing else, to get it to shut up. So my first 2 expertise points go into lumbering. So in my experience, lumbering tends to always exceed mining for most players. Even if you're one of those people who's like, oh, well, I like bows or I like spears or whatever, and that's where you put your first points and you totally ignore it, it still winds up lumbering usually exceeds mining for most players. So it's nice, I think, that my mining is exceeding my lumbering. I find that kind of cool. Now, if that guy shows up, I have to be ready to hop on my horse and ride, because that guy could take me out. Definitely stronger than I am. I'm gonna try and make sure I've got all the nodes down by where they can spawn, mined out and done. And then the outside perimeter ones, I can get them last. Because that way, if they spawn, I can sneak in, grab those nodes, and be fine, kind of thing. I hope. Really hope. I don't feel like I'm getting a ton of iron, but hopefully I'll get enough. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to go hit the close iron mine. Maybe even a third iron mine. I don't know. I know another one in the jungle. I'll go hit that. Hasn't respawned yet. Gotta make sure I hit everything that's too close to it, because they kind of spawn and patrol back and forth along the mouth kind of this mine. That stuff way up on the ridge, that you can get that anytime. But this stuff down here, you gotta have gone before they spawn. Because this, you won't be able to reach. Drink some water. Cool and refreshing. Even in the middle of winter, pardon me. Man, I could go for cake. Actually, what I could really go for, my wife makes this thing. It's, I think kind of the closest thing it is, the cross between a tart and a pecan pie. And, I think it's amazing. Oh, I love it. It's a bit sweet, all right? I will say that. It's not something you could eat all the time. And one piece, and oof, you're good for 6 months, right? Like you're done. You don't want any more sweets for half a year. But yeah, I could have one piece of it. That's for sure. I remember I was in, where was it? I remember it was odd. It felt odd to have it where I was. I think it was Tennessee, maybe. Not a place known typically for fancy confections. And There was this Vietnamese family that had moved there, and they opened up a donut shop. And they used to experiment with donuts. Like they had the standard offerings, but they're like, we want to try something and make some real fancy donuts. And they made one, uh, and it was gorgeous, first of all. Like they spent a lot of time and care making a real pretty donut. But it was kind of this woven top, and it had something very similar to pecan pie filling with a kind of a diced nut, not a chopped nut, like a diced nut or a minced nut crumble topping almost. And it was too rich. Like the wife and I, we would buy one, we would split it, and we still couldn't finish it. Okay. So it was like something a 5-year-old would eat. It was just way too sweet. But it really reminded me of a pecan pie. It was novel. I hadn't seen one before. I don't think I've seen one since. And I thought, oh, level 34. I thought, man, that's cool. So, yeah. And again, I no expectation of seeing that in Tennessee. So yeah, I still have fond memories of that donut shop. I don't know what it's called or anything. Sorry if I did, I'd say, but yeah, this was probably 10, 20 years ago at this point, maybe longer. Everything's fuzzy. For me, kind of everything feels like yesterday, right? My grasp on reality is tenuous at best. So, high school, marriage, my first kiss, everything feels like yesterday. And I know factually that's not true, right? It obviously didn't all happen yesterday, but it genuinely feels like it was all yesterday because again, I have a very tenuous grasp on reality. I'm not all here at the best of times, so I just kind of ignore it, let it slide, don't worry about it, and I try and focus on the video games and play that. Oh, in kind of sad video game news, Thick44 died. If you're a fan of Neebs Gaming or you watch their channel, yeah, Thick44 has officially passed away. So that's sad. But they did a tribute video. I watched it. It was cool. I had some good memories of Thick. Uh, I've enjoyed their content. I enjoyed Thick's content. I felt that was they did a pretty good tribute, as tributes go. I uh, I never met the man. I don't know him, but I feel it was a pretty good way to honor their friend. So yeah, could be worse. If your friends remember you, you know, you could have been worse. Alright, so we uncrouch. I think this is all this, and we're on the outside now. So now that we've got all the interior iron, load the cart. And we can drag the horse. Actually, we're going to get these couple nodes here. Because these might be too close. I don't know about these, but we're going to get it while the horse is right here, just in case. But yeah, we hit 34. That's cool. The hitting the 4, like, I don't know, it triggered the memory of Thick44. Yeah, we got this one. You see, there's a lot of nodes scattered. Also, we hit, I think, 28, so we can set up a mine. Now, if we set it in this area, it'll yield a lot of iron. A mine with one of your minions on it is a real good way to get a lot of ore. Because it's passive, you just leave it kind of overnight. And you come back the next day and you're like, hey, look, I'm not out of ore. Or stone, or salt, or whatever it is you want. Because you can set it up to mine for anything. And it will, whatever you set it up for, it will get bits of other things. But you'll get like 90% of whatever you primarily set it up for. And those three things I made, they tell you where it is, and they help you set up the hole and all that. And yeah, I'll do that process on camera. I may do that as soon as we get back, and that way you can see kind of what it's all about and why I bothered to go do it. This should be far enough that when that respawns, they won't come attack. So let's go down. Now we'll go walk around the outside of the mine, clean up the bits, and I think we'll probably ride to another iron mine because it looks like we have plenty of weight. 371, we are close, folks. All right, what's our... Yeah, less than 50%. I do like that as your cart fills up, the graphics slowly expand. I think that's super cool. Again, another tiny but awesome attention to detail. Need some food. Mine some more ore. Oh, what now? Okay. Yeah, I don't care. Just a minor thing, nothing important. All right, over here, like this. Oh, folks. Ooh, 297 in physique. So almost a 300. I don't know what we're waiting on for physique. What the next like cool milestone is for it or anything. But yeah, I can sprint and get us there quicker. Why not? Sprint on up to there. See if all these are stone or if any of them are also iron. Looks like just stone. Stone and stone. And I think those are both copper. So we'll pass them. I think that one's iron. Yeah. At least one of them's iron. So that's something. All right. And I'll have to take you and show you where to get the tier 4 materials, because God, we can't pay our maintenance fee without that. Oof. It's gonna be rough. Like, I upgraded the guild, and I don't have... I may at some point have to up resource rates for that alone. Because otherwise, how the hell am I gonna pay for the maintenance of it? Right, it wants a stack of 400 tier 4 wood. You know how long it's going to take? I've got to go here to get that. We live here. Sorry, all the way around. All the way around, and then on up. to like here and farm along here to get tier 4 wood and stone. And I've got to get a stack of each and then ride all the way back. And that's just to throw into the pillar and use it as the kind of the fuel to prevent my building from decaying. That's not to craft, that's not for any fancy, that's just to stop it from decaying. So I may up resource drop rates just because of that. Like, holy, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I may up resource rates for that. I don't think I'll change anything else, right? I don't think I'm going to change the carry weight or anything. Like, you'll get more resources, but, you know, you still, if you want them, you need to bring a card or whatever. A player still can't carry more. It's just, you know, nodes will yield more, that kind of thing, and that's it. I don't want to make them crazy either, so I don't know what I would up it to. Like 10 times seems crazy, so no. Like maybe I'll ask Sun. I'll see if I see him. Yeah, I'll see if I see Sun. Maybe he'll hop in today, and I will chat with him and see if he's around. And if I see him, I will ask him what he thinks. Because my other option is to restart my character and not level up my guild. Because that's the only way to go backwards, is to start over. There's no other way to, like, there's no way to de-level a guild. That's not an option. You can't do that. And like, I worked very hard for this to get this to here. So, do I really want to redo that? I'm on episode, what, 14 or something? Do I really want to undo all that? I don't. Like, I worked very hard for this. I feel like I'm just starting to get somewhere. But it's that or restart, you know? So, I think my option is talk to Sun and see what he thinks about resources. I don't know. And at some point, in theory, I was gonna have to up the guild level, right? So at some point, my upkeep would get expensive. Now, in theory, it might have been when I lived farther or I was higher level or something, so maybe I jumped the shark a bit, but it would have happened at some point. So the only thing is the premature nature of it going to cause massive problems? And I don't think so. Like, I think I'll be okay. I don't know, obvious. Ooh. Let's max fall height, ramming resistance, kick attack. What's the next weight? Not till 600. Alright, so that's going to be a bit. But like I said, Son will hop on today. I'll talk to him. I'll ask him what he thinks. Alright, so we're at 4 and 4. Let's see what this changes, if anything. Yep, see, 5 and 5. I really dig that that slowly extends out. And then if I do restart, do I like record my current position, turn the rates up to get back to it? Do I just start over at 1 times and let it go? Do I like what's the thought process there? And I don't know. Because I like early game. And again, if do I keep it this season and just put uh, screw up, restart number 2? Do I, premature guild leveling restart? Do I I don't know. Bears thinking, it bears chatting with Sun. Because I can turn the resource rates up. I don't think that would be the end of the world. Oh, mining 376. Definitely want to put points in that. Oh yeah, it beat lumbering 347. Oh, nice, which is the increase to iron by 50. Hell, that's an important one. Good God. Sorry. Got a frog in my throat. But I like that 50% yield. All right. This is, I think, the last of the iron. I know, worst case, and I think, is it here? Oh, I should probably look at all these. Yeah, if I get this up, I can get more mining huts. Let's see if any of these are unlocked. So close. Oh, nice. Not quite. Oh, irrigation. That's an important one. All right. Oh, I can go down here and take this road down and then go to this iron mine and then go home. That might be the way to go too. Because we are, I'm gonna guess, nowhere near full. Right. Let's see what our weight's at and how we're looking for iron. Because we'd like to bring as much home as possible, you know. And we've got, yeah, only 524. Clearly we can afford to put more weight on. So, yeah. Cart's still attached, so we're good. start our journey. Oh, that boar died. We'll stop and farm him, see if this one dies. Nope. Thank you for the free resources, Mr. Boar. It's much appreciated. Free hunt skill level up. We'll take that too. Alright. On the road again. Random pigs swimming. I think it was 38 or something before we get the good rains, so we got a ways. So I'm not really feeling the stopping for trying to get a better horse. Just let that slide. I could shoot all these wounded animals. I don't care. Get our stamina. Now we'll ride. Not even trying to hide. We know we're going to aggro. And we're following the road. Well, the wolf probably chews on our cart for a while. That's why we stopped to get full stamina. Not a big deal. We're at 6338. How much damage you do, wolf? You gonna attack or you gonna, I don't know, screw around? Really? Bastard. Okay, so yeah, you did 27 whole damage. I'm not, it's gonna take you a long time to go through 6,000 hit points at 27 damage. Maybe she'll get bored and go attack the boars. Who knows? In theory, she'll get bored and peel off and go chase stuff. But I don't know. Keep going this way. Bear. Damn it. Rather go through a whole bunch of wolves than a bear. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. And up here. And around. Down this way. Carefully between everybody, I hope. Did I discover that? I did! Sweet! And we got stamina. We didn't aggro a billion. Alright. So we're going this way. At the crossroad, we hang a right. So not bad. Progress. We're hanging out. Waiting for sun. His Discord thingy is. I hopped on just after him. He said he'd be in and out most of the day, so I don't expect him anytime soon. Coming up on our right turn. It's right there. Oh, I'm not going back that way, so I can't show you the thing I like. That's alright. Oh, you know what? There's another iron mine right there, too. Maybe we'll go hit that one. Oh, what is this? There's another camp. I did. Whoa. Can you not shoot my guys? Please stop shooting my horse. Robbers. Well, that's a level 30 dragon border. That's nice. Let's get our stamina back. Go around this way. Because this is field and this is boar, I think, if I remember right. But this one, I can go straight down here. I've done it before from that iron mine. It is real steep, but well, I've walked it. I've never tried to take a horse down it. But I think I could maybe make it. I don't want to get too close to them. But I discovered it, yes. Discover the boars. Come on. Yes. And turn up towards the mines. Nice. There should be a fair amount of iron all over this mountain. So we'll stop and get it too. Why not? Why not get a bunch of iron, right? Well, we're out farming iron. Yada-da-dum. Yada-da-dum. Oh la la. There's a plant in front of my horse. I thought somehow, I don't know, it was a skin or it had glitched out or something. No, I was just looking at my horse through a plant. That was nice and strange. Nice and strange. Like, yeah, my horse has chicken pox. Yeah, no, it doesn't. We're just gonna tell him to follow me, and I'm gonna walk up here and grab the iron on the way. That way I don't have to stop and dismount every time. On our way to the iron mine. And it feels like there's a little bit of attention to detail. There's an iron mine up here, and there's a little washout, and there's iron along the washout as it, washed and was deposited down. Seems kind of cool, right? Again, you come across these things that are so good that you're like, how dare you? And look at that oak leaf. Like, that's clearly an oak leaf. And you're like, why did you cheat? You could have been brilliant. Makes me angry. Makes me genuinely angry. But there was a patch, so I still hold out hope that one day I will get to see what this game could have been. God, I hope. I sincerely do. Could be wishful thinking, right? Could be a pointless fancy on my part. Pipe dream with no chance of occurring. Alright, let's see if I can get where I need to be. Ooh, that's some iron, isn't it? We'll stop and grab all you. One here. I was like, oh, I don't see any iron. I guess I'll just ride on. And then I see like 5 nodes. I was like, well, I didn't see iron. I do. Maybe I was just blind. Can't ride on past all that, you know? Too much iron to keep riding. Oh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, 6. And more up the hill. 7 and change. Yeah, definitely. Definitely could not ride on past. Yeah, just for the iron. 8. Good lord. It's a lot of loot to be passing. It's hiding behind everything. Hit the rest of the iron. Been thinking about it from time to time outside of the series. Okay, I'm not stopping the series or anything, but just maybe in the one-off playlist or something, doing a different style of game, like I don't know, Brotato or something. I enjoy sometimes those random games. Yeah, that's the mine. Where you're just a bit of silly. They're not long. They're very different from these where it's a focused long thing with a definite like to accomplish goal and all that. I think we're at a little close. Now we're gonna get the hell out of this area. Just so we're not getting shot. Let them all reset. But yeah, I've gone up over that ridge and down. But first we have to get away so our horse doesn't die. Horse dies, we can't carry this ore back. Alright, did we uncover? Yeah, we uncovered the iron mine. So we can see it, that's nice. Alright, so let's spin around. And now we can start filling like some of this, because it's going to take a while for that horse to regen, right? Make a way up out of the valley. Well, we do. We stop, and I know it's going to come to the shock. Gather more iron. Oh, I amuse myself sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, you have no idea. I just, oh, I find myself immensely entertaining. We go get this, then we get the three close to us. Oh, good Lord. So yeah, we'll get up with Sun. We'll figure out, do we increase resource rates? If so, by how much? Does that necessitate wiping and starting over? If it does, do we add it to the same playlist? If it does, since I don't really want to restart, do we record our current skill levels and get ourselves back to them? Like not just, oh, we'll turn it up high for a bit. No, we have a set goal of I want to go to here in this skill, here in this skill, here in this skill, and we go to that. And the whole thing would be, recorded so you could cheat, especially if we put it on the same thing. Like it'd be the next episode of whatever it is. So those are kind of the questions I want to run by Sun and get his input on. But since eventually we want the things that only unlock with a higher level guild, and you have to be a higher level guild anyway, my thinking is you just can't tune this game for early game. So our level is going up. The thing I'm kind of thinking is 60 is max level. What if it was 1 times resources from 1 to 10, 2 times from 20 to 30, 3 times from 30 to 40, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and then we ended at 6 times. Or if we hit 60, we go to 10 times, maybe. Something like that, right? Or maybe a little more of a sliding scale, like 1 and 10, 2 and 8, 3 and 6, right? Or 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I should already be on 4 times. And then at 40, it goes to 6 times. At 50, it goes to 8 times. And at 60, it goes to 10 times. And that might kind of keep up with the fact that there's one of me and I'm soloing a multiplayer game and yada yada, and I'm leveling up my guild and all that. And that would also, if we did that, wouldn't have to restart, wouldn't have to turn up XP, and I wouldn't have to go back and redo anything. Now, downside. Somebody joins late, they're just going to have an easier time, right? Like, somebody starts right now, and Sun gets on, and I turn the resources up because I'm a higher level. Well, they're just going to have an easier time because they'll be at level 1, but the resource rate will be at based off whatever I am. So that could be a thing. Realistically, I don't see anybody ever joining me, so it's not a big deal. And again, I'm never going to tune my fun based on the potential of other people. I'm going to assume other people don't exist and tune my fun around me. That seems by far the safest way to do it. So, yeah, I think that might be the best solution. I'll still run it by Sun just as a sanity check. And we'll see what he thinks. But yeah, I think that's the solution. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Because that way it's never a standard. It doesn't just jump to crazy. It still feels like you earn it. Yeah, I like that. That feels good to me. We'll give that a shot. See where that we'll see where it puts us too. We'll see if like we'll take a trip out to the tier 4s. See if we feel like with the settings at this, can I even get enough materials to pay for my maintenance? Um, Also, because we have to have so many, I am considering maybe putting, say, like player, you're not getting more weight, but maybe cart and horse a modest ×2. Um, Now the flip side is I could always just go get a better horse. So there's that. So maybe just cart ×2. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't want to negate the need for other things, right? And when you start adjusting those values, you can make something overpowered that wasn't intended to be, and then not have to do another thing, right? It's like I wouldn't have to go tame a better horse because, well, I can just get a terrible horse, put a card on it, and then now it carries enough so I don't need to go tame better horses. And you don't want to negate game mechanics because you changed a value. That's not cool. So I really don't know. That's about perfect. We're at 1805.3 out of 1808. All right, so we'll put this away. And we are going to slow boat down the mountain so we don't fall to our death. Try not to hit any of these boars. Yep, this is the way I went last time. Tell you one thing, it could be a real fast trip down. I screw this up, and then I will lose all of this stuff. And I will be very angry with myself. I think I can fall a small amount without breaking the cart. But if you fall too much, like the horse dies, the cart explodes, and you don't get the inventory from it either. It doesn't just like fall in a bag on the ground. Which is unrealistic. Like in real life, it would. I mean, it may spray over half the mountain, but you'd be able to find it. It may take you all day, but it wouldn't just cease to exist magically. You're like, oh, it fell out of the cart and disappeared. No, that's not how it works, but in this game it is. There we go. All right, so we either have to go across to here, down, and across and over, or across here, down, across and over. And this one seems a lot safer and closer. So, left it is. Do-do-do-do. 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 Pupper napping on the slope. What's up, Mrs. Wolf? All right. Doesn't look like any of these waters are really deep enough to have gotten these ships in here. Especially since the ships are here. There's a bridge here, here, and here, and here. So where the hell did the boats come from? Just saying. Because even if you say they came from here, that looks pretty shallow. And would you build the bridge after? Just saying. Because that looks like, I'm going to guess, a fairly deep draft ship. I don't think those were shallow draft ships. And a lot of the water out here, I can stand up in. I don't know if you could have got those in here to where they are. It just seems, yeah, you know. Could have done it on the coast somewhere. Right where it is a bit silly. Could have just had a coastal village out where the water extends off into nowhere. That would have made a lot more sense. Instead of a spot with bridges all surrounding it, where you couldn't have floated a ship through. Because you could say you built the bridges after. I mean, yeah, sure. But you could have just put it out on the coast anywhere, and you wouldn't have had to say that. It would have been infinitely more plausible, right? And what's the difference between here and here? It would have just given you something to do out on this edge. Just saying. Makes more sense to me. Would have been nice to be able to work on this game. And convince them, you know, not to steal code, but to write it. It's a pipe dream, of course, right? I would have liked to have brilliant coders and unlimited money and honorable workers and no cheaters and yeah, I mean, while I'm at it, why don't I just ask for infinite time to make the project and no oversight and yeah, a bunch of other things that don't exist and are ridiculously unrealistic. But that's why it's called fantasy, because it has no place in reality, you know. There's your surest indicator that I'm a geek. Those are my fantasies. Quality coders and no oversight and unlimited money for game projects. I don't want a Ferrari or any of that crap. Nah, no, 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 no. Just let me make good games. Games that I would enjoy playing. Honorable coders. Jesus. That's what I dream about? Come on, man. Oof. Oh, and I'm sure, you know, a game like that would do pretty well Get some stamina back. Oh, almost home. Finally. That was a long trip, I tell you. We're already over the hour, but that was like a 2-hour trip, right? 2 episodes. An episode to get there, and then the second episode to mine it and get home. But we made it all the way up here, discovered this, up here, did the wolf thing, harvested them, discovered this, came up here, logged off, came back, killed the guy, mined, got here, through here, discovered this, swung up, discovered this, swung down, mined a bunch, perilous journey down the thing, over here, up, around, down here, and home. Like, that's it's a busy day, folks. That's doing some things. I definitely want to smelt before the end of the episode. I'm gonna put all this in here. I don't need gypsum or salt in there. They're in this box. The horse stuff. Go in here. We're gonna walk slow for a second. Drop you. Bench. You. The food. You. Two. The fangs go here. Now we can drop you. You. Gypsum goes here. You. Mount. How long before I get the blessing again? Be a while. $184. That ain't nothing. Oh. Yeah, 36 before we get that. 36, 38. Not till 40. 36 for that as well. So yeah, it looks like I got a ways before really getting 45 for you. Yeah, I got quite a ways. Yeah, this won't even hit 35. Wow. One stack puts us over on way. That's amazing. I don't know if we'll even be able to make any of the things we want, but you know, maybe. Maybe. We will find out. Because I think it's like 35 and 35 ingots for the first station and 35 ingots for the second. So it's like 70 ingots just for the two stations, right? And then we have to have enough vegetable oil and animal fat to quench the thing. So yeah, it's gonna get real expensive real quick. So we'll see. Yeah, yeah, maybe. What else we need? Oh, planks and flagstone. Well, I think I have the planks. I don't have all of them. Flagstone. Oh, have I even made a kiln? I need a ton of clay. Ton of clay. All right. Well, we're 15 minutes over again. Uh, I'm going to exit and end the stream. Thanks for stopping by and watching, folks.